Welcome everybody into the World Series of Bowling Storm postgame show. We've been coming on every week, or every night this week, and we've got great guests again tonight. Every night it's a little bit different. Bob Hart has joined us tonight. He is in town. You made it.
Made it. Glad to be here.
Dick Weber, Ambassador Award winner, and one of the longest employees with Storm Products. And Bob, you wanted to come be part of the World Series of Bowling because you love watching bowling, right?
Absolutely. Many, many years, and this is where it's at, the World Series of Bowling. Wanted to be a part of it, and, of course, Storm likes me to be out here, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, looking good in the black tonight, too.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny
well,
Cash.
I thought we were going to do a karaoke, so I wore my black.
And also join us tonight, the young superstar for Roto Grip. We call him Superman, actually. Louie and I do. Welcome, John.
Thank you very much. How are you doing tonight?
Good, good, good. So, John, you competed today. Tell us a little bit about this scorpion oil pattern today.
It was definitely a little tricky for sure. We ended up trying to be a little bit closer to the pocket because there was a lot of oil out there, a little bit more volume. So we tried to stay a little bit closer, or at least I did, and just seemed to have a little bit of early friction, and then I found some oil down the lane, so it just didn't seem to go as planned. So it just going through different bowling balls, having some carry issues, and finally struck level 30 over, which is nothing compared to some of the guys that bowled today. So
yeah, the oil pattern this week, all the oil patterns, a lot more volume, they're a lot more tighter, and the scores were a lot lower this week. Did you enjoy that?
It was definitely a little bit of a curveball. Actually, Jack, who was on the show last night, him and I got the patterns, and we've been practicing on them for about 2 solid straight weeks. We probably about five days a week, every 2 different patterns, and we actually kind of got a little bit of a good idea of what's going on, and then all of a sudden come out here and it's totally different. So it was a little bit of a curveball, but I mean, you're always got to be ready for that type of stuff. So I mean, I did enjoy it because different people made shows. Different shapes occurred on the lane. You didn't have to throw it as far right as known to be in the center. So that was a little different. And overall, I mean, hopefully it'll continue to do good for us.
Yeah, I think so. And Bob, tonight we saw Marshall Kent made it from Storm. He's our #1 seed. He's going to join us in a little while. Tom Smallwood, Josh Blanchard, and Tommy Jones also making it in. And it was really, really tight there coming down the stretch.
Boy, coming into that last game, there were about 10 or 12 guys had a shot at it. And, of course, there were some big games, 269 from Blanchard, 267 Smallwood.
Yep.
Wow, passed a couple of our boys. And,
a couple of our boys did get past.
Our old boy Tommy Baker was making a run at it and got caught it. He picked up over a couple of guys and then got passed by a couple.
Absolutely, so. And Tom's actually standing by with Louie. So let's throw it over to Louie and Tom and see what Bakes has for us.
And you know what? Talk about a guy who just keeps getting it done and gets better with age all the time. The ageless wonder, Tommy Baker. Bakes. Man, nice bowling. You came about a shot or two away from making another show. And, man, you've been in Vegas a long time. You bowled a lot of years. Tell us about your night.
Well, yeah, I did better than I expected to do, to tell you the truth. The oil was really long and really slick for me. And, I got that kind of spin and release. And I really don't like that kind of shot, but I just I wanted to keep the ball on line and just not give the pocket away. And I was able to get it through the front, like John was saying. He got early hook where I probably didn't get the early hook because I got that spin roll. Mm-hmm. And then the back, I had a little hold area because the oil was so long. So I actually had a good look all day today. I shot 180 over the 7th game block, first this morning, and then 140 over tonight. And I was trying to make a run for the show. I bowled a 230 game the last game, and like Bob said, the other guys had some big scores, 260 and 260, and knocked me out.
We were watching on extra frame, and they were saying right down to the 10th frame, you still had a shot, but you were throwing that totally defiant really good tonight. Tell us a little bit about that ball.
Yeah, that's I brought like 12 balls with me, and none of those balls worked. We were drilling balls like crazy the last 2 days, and Jim Callahan, our Storm rep, decided you should go with the totally defiant, and he laid it out with a pin down, with a hold down, and give me some early roll because he wanted me to let the ball pick up some roll early for me, and I used it it almost got me to the show tonight.
You've been bowling a long time. How many wins have you had in Las Vegas over your career?
Oh, I don't know.
At least a couple, right?
Yeah. Hey, I know I've won the doubles here with Joe Hutchinson back in 1981. I got to go back that far.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I've won the senior U.S. Open here.
Yeah.
There's a couple I can remember. But it's been quite a few.
There was a good story about a guy named Mike Berlin, who's from Iowa, who I bowled with when I was young, and he won the Tournament of Champions. There was one tournament out here in Vegas where at the end of the day in the top 24, he came back and he said, well, if I win the tournament, I'll break even from what I've lost in the tables.
I've heard that many times. He's not the only one.
Well, listen, since your brother-in-law's Hank Boomershine, has your bowling gotten better now that you got a guy like Boomershine on your side?
Of course. He's giving me good equipment, the Storm and the Roto Grip product, and I got surrounded by great staff members that lay them out for me, and I just throw them, and they're doing a great job for me.
And your niece Lindsay, she's really
she's
bowling.
great. She throws the ball great, and I used to teach her when I was a kid, and she's turned into a heck of a bowler. She's awesome.
All right, well, hey, Tommy Baker, the guy just never gets old. He keeps throwing it better and better. Back to Flanagan in the booth.
Thanks, Louie. Thanks, Tom. Awesome to see Bakes out here competing, guys. He's been doing it for a long, long time, and still looks good out there. He looks actually in better shape than a lot of the guys out on tour.
That's one of the biggest things that I noticed this week, is that, I mean, if you make a couple top 24s, you definitely have to be in some pretty good shape, just because you're bowling all day, and then you have to bowl at night. You have to wake up in the morning, and then you have to be ready again for the next day. I mean, I don't care what anyone says. It's an exhausting week, and you just have to be physically prepared, mentally prepared, if not more, to be able to do this. So if anyone says bowling's not a sport, don't believe them.
Yeah, hey, let me ask you this, John. You've got the PBA League draft coming up.
Yes.
That's on Sunday. Tell us a little bit about the draft and kind of what you're thinking going into this thing.
It's such a tough thing. One of the biggest things I think we have to look at is venue. So many different places play differently, and you have to look at who's in the draft and who bowls well at certain places. So, like, you come to here and you kind of pick up people who can who kind of throw it right a little bit, who have a little bit more of an angle type game.
A little more power.
Yeah, a little bit more power. Jason Belmonte-esque. Just say that.
Sure.
And then you go over to
Thunderbolt,
where it's going to be and then you kind of look at the left-handers. I mean, the left side was always pretty good, but they're all pretty much taken. So, I mean, it's such a tough thing with the draft, and to see who's going to get picked and where the people are going to get picked. So I'm expecting some good fun, though, to see who's going to go and when they're going to go.
Absolutely. And, John, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to let you go because Dell's going to fill that seat.
Cool.
And we appreciate you joining us a couple of times here on the show this week, and wish you all the luck in the PBA League and going forward with everything you're doing.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thanks, John. Now, Bob, as John and Dell swap out here, tell me a little bit about the southeast region of the United States. You help Ralph Solon down that area for Storm, and you get around to some of the pro shops and things like that. Tell me a little bit about what you do for Storm, and let the people know what you do for Storm.
Well, basically my job with Storm is to attend most of the special events. I do all the certain tournaments that I've been involved with for many years, such as the military tournaments, and Special Olympics has been one of my functions that I've been involved with for 25 years. And in the South, I, of course, handled half the United States at one time for Storm, and I still am in close contact with many of those pro shops. So it's kind of a dual interest down there in the Southeast. When Ralph's busy, I can fill in and do whatever's necessary to take care of our customers. So, and I still stay very involved. I bowl 2 nights a week in league yet, and you talk about Bakes and being old. What the hell's the matter with being old?
Hey, how many USBC Open Championship tournaments have you participated in?
This will be my 58th year coming up.
58 years. I got to give you a round of applause for that. 58 years.
And
what's your best outing at the USBC Open Championship?
well, I have three titles. I have 3 Eagles. I've
Eagles.
Won the individual all events, won the doubles with a partner, Chuck Sinceri, and team all events also with the Global Beer Team. I might add, I'm pretty proud of one thing. I'm 312 pins away from 100,000 pins for my career, which will be the ninth person.
Wow, Bobby. That's unbelievable.
That's pretty good.
Wow. I hope I can knock down a quarter of the pins that you've knocked down. Del Ballard Jr. joins us now.
Well, he used to help me when I was young, Del. Yeah.
Del, how we doing tonight, sir?
We're hanging in there.
Yeah?
We're a little happy for Junior.
Yeah, this is your last pattern championship, and now we go into the World Championships, and we've got some guys that have made it. How do you feel the week has gone so far?
I think it's been a fantastic week. We've had at least one ball on the show, if not 2, on every show. I know we have a lot of numbers out there, but a variety of players, too.
Absolutely.
So, I know the patterns play different, and the bowlers attack them differently, but, it's just great to have different games on the show, different balls on the show, just to show exactly just how great our product line and our staff is.
Yeah, and Cheetah, it's Pete and Wes. So Pete is the 2 seed, Wes is the 3 seed. On the Viper, we've got Stu Williams, Beef Stu, as Louie likes to call him. He's
Beefy.
3rd, and Jason Belmonte is 4th. And good that Belmo made a show because still with the World Championships left, he's the front runner for Player of the Year. So if he could win that tournament, he would probably become Player of the Year.
Yes.
And then on Chameleon, Dom Barrett led, and Kretzer is 2nd. And Dom actually had a chance to make 3 shows this week. Is only making 1 thus far, but he is in really good contention and really good shape for the World Championship.
Yep.
And then, of course, tonight, Scorpion, Marshall Kent is the leader. I talked to Marshall a couple of times. I saw him down in the lobby. I talked to he and Danielle, who's also here with us, and he's just been plugging along. And today he was able to lead the field, which has got to give him a lot of poise and momentum going forward, and a lot of confidence. And Louie's actually standing by with Marshall now. So Louie, take it away, buddy.
Hey, Marshall Kent's joining us, tournament leader tonight. What's it like to be 21 years old in Las Vegas and lead a PBA tournament at the World Series of Bowling?
It's pretty exciting. Basically, coming out here to achieve a goal that you strive for every year, every day that you practice it. It feels pretty good. I have no words for it, honestly.
It hasn't quite set in yet, huh?
Not quite, no.
Tell us a little bit about your ball selection tonight and how you played the lanes.
Well, the one ball I use the most is high road with a low pin on it with a shallow hole, and basically I try to play the whole time. I mean, it's 47 feet. You're gonna find some hold, and try to just kind of stay up the back of it so it wouldn't go crazy off the end of the pattern, but it's still a weaker shell, so it still had a little shape when I got to the spot, and basically I used my hold as kind of my what do you call it? My way to the top, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Did your U.S. Open experience when you made the show at the U.S. Open, did that help you coming into the World Series of Bowling?
Definitely, yeah. It gave me quite a bit of confidence knowing that I could come out here and then make a show anytime with these guys, and it definitely contributed to today quite a bit.
Who were some of your idols when you were growing up?
Oh goodness, I had quite a few of them. I think the first person I really, truly put on a pedestal was Tommy Jones back when I think back when he won Player of the Year, when he won all those titles. That was the one person I looked up to quite a bit, and ever since bowling on Team USA with him, it's been a heck of an experience, and I've enjoyed every minute of it.
And who was the most influential person to teach you that wonderful push away and swing that you have?
Honestly, I have to say my dad. I mean, he's tolerated me for the last 21 years, and he'll tell me, he'll give me something to do, and I'll fight back for days, weeks, or months even, but I'll eventually do it anyway because it ends up being the right thing anyway, and I just kind of learned to shut up and listen now.
Well, you have one game to go to win a PBA tournament. Tell me what it's going to feel like when you enter that winner's circle.
I won't be able to tell you till I get there. It'd be quite a thrill, that's for sure.
Hey, Dell has a question for you over from the table over there.
My first question is coming into this event, did you feel any pressure because of your success at the U.S. Open? Any expectations, and you were, the non-member that got the kind of the invite? Any added pressure?
Pressure, no. Expectations, yes. I mean, I kind of fell over my feet the first couple days because I felt like I felt like I really didn't belong there. I got the exemption, and I kind of felt like this the special treatment
Right.
kind of thing, and so I kind of didn't want that to how do I say it? To really get into the back of my head, but
Right.
it ended up doing it anyway, and so I kind of fell on my feet the first couple days, but then I finally got over it and said, okay, it's just bowling, and last couple days have been pretty good for me.
Excellent. Because Belmo got a similar treatment a few years ago when he first came over, and you could always tell it kind of weighed on him a little bit until he just finally said, to heck with it. And then he went straight to the top, and he's been great ever since. But there was a lot of pressure on him because he got the free ride out here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's glad to see you do it. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Bob, what kind of advice do you have for, besides once a Marine, always a Marine, what kind of advice do you have for this young kid who's going to bowl for his first title?
Well, following up with what Dell just asked him and his answers, there's no reason to feel bad about you've proven yourself. Everybody knows you belong here, and the invitation was well due to you and well deserved. So just to keep doing what you're doing. You made, I know your dad very proud. You made Storm very proud to be on our staff, and just continue what you've done so far. And you got a long way to go, and you're going to make it, young man.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Kent.
Thank you.
Hey, and we have another bowler coming in who's pretty good friends with Marshall here. Why don't you interview your girlfriend here and ask her what it's like to be the girlfriend of the leader of the Scorpion Championship.
Well, first I have to ask, what's it like putting up with me for the last however long it's been?
Be careful. Danielle, who also made the show at the U.S. Open for the women. Hey, pretty good bowling by your guy here.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. Now, when you guys, you're both really good bowlers. Do you guys ever get competitive on the lanes and go at each other kind of like that, or?
Well, we first started practicing together mostly this summer, and I kind of had this mindset of once I can beat him, I'll be up there and be able to beat anybody, and he ran me over, so I don't bowl against him anymore.
But you
Practice.
had a great U.S. Open. Tell me how that's kind of what that's done for your career.
It was definitely a good start. It was my first big tournament out there. I feel like it really kind of got me on the map, but I wish I did better. I learned a lot from it, and I'm just trying to keep moving forward.
All right,
do
well,
other things.
youth will be served, and we're going to send it back to the booth right now. And oh wait, we have Marshall's dad. Come on over. Nice. Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you.
So Marshall said that you were kind of his coach. Tell us what it's like to have a son like this and have this kind of success out here in Las Vegas.
It's really been a fun trip watching it. As most good bowlers are when he was young, he was very competitive and very hard on himself, and at times that was difficult to take, but he learned from it every time he, exploded and it hurt him. He learned from that. All these top bowlers, they're absolutely driven, and they've got to have that passion and that work ethic. And if they don't have it, they don't get to this level, And so, I knew at some point in time he would run into somebody like Dell over there, who would kind of mentor him, and get the mental aspect of how to compete at this level ingrained in him, and he's done it. And Dale did a great job sitting down with him after those first two tournaments and talked to him about, just let it go. You're putting too much pressure on yourself, and we've talked about it for years, but I think it takes somebody, with Dell's experience and his knowledge to do that, and Marshall's always been willing to listen and try anything, even if it does take a little bit, and so it's just been a wonderful experience watching his growth and development. We could see this, coming years ago, maybe not to this level, with all of his Team USA experience and everything. But yeah, it really has been a wonderful run. His mom and I have been enjoying traveling all over the world, with him, watching him bowl, and the main thing, he's such just a likable, genuine young man. He hasn't let the success get to his head.
Right.
He's very level-headed, and so as a result, I think people are drawn to him, and they should be. I mean, he's smart, he's articulate, he looks like his dad, so he's really good looking.
Well, listen, and I've noticed that out in the lanes filming that attitude is everything, and to have a young kid in today's culture who has that kind of an attitude and that kind of perseverance, it's got to make you feel awful proud.
Oh yeah, very, very much so. His mom and I are so proud. We just kind of wake up in the morning and pinch ourselves, going, okay, what's he going to do next? And the college experience he's having. These kids come out now, and you've seen it. I mean, between the JBT series and the junior gold and the college, these kids are coming out of college right now. I mean, they are proven professionals even before they step on the lanes.
Yeah.
It's so fun watching it. When people talk about maybe bowling's on the downswing, all they have to do is go to a JBT tournament or a college tournament and spend an hour there, and you go, oh my gosh, look at all the talent. I mean, it's just amazing. And hopefully we can find some way to keep all that talent, bowling, and because I mean the future is really good. And granted, it takes companies like the major companies, like Storm, to get a hold of these kids and provide them with some of the best equipment in the world, and let them go compete worldwide, because worldwide we're starting to lose our hold on that, as we've seen with Marshall traveling around, and these companies are just treating these kids great and providing them with the best equipment in the world, and hopefully that'll just keep growing, and maybe we can get back and be that dominant nation, that we usually are.
I'm pretty confident there's going to be one proud father coming up on an ESPN show. So congratulations, Marshall, congratulations. And we're going to send it back to three guys in the booth who know that bowling's not on the downswing, and three guys who have been promoting the game and have done a great job for the game of bowling. Flanagan, Bob Hart, Del Ballard, back to you.
Thank you, Louie. Man, what a great scene over there. The whole family, the beautiful girlfriend, the good-looking guy. He's Clark Kent, and geez, unbelievable. What a great scene.
They say they look a lot alike. Does that mean he's going to have the same hairline? Oh, sorry.
Boy, hey, Marshall, he's picking on him.
Yes.
This has just been an absolute blast this week, being here in the locker room, being able to provide these interviews right after the players make it for television, which is just so exciting. Del, let me ask you something. When you made it to TV, no matter how many times you made it over the years, what's that feeling like when you step off the lanes, you made a show?
The hardest thing in the world was making the show, and that's where the nerves were. Bowling on the show to me was really the easy part, because you have to bowl all those games and beat all those bowlers, and it's the greatest feeling in the world. I always said there's no better drug than winning or making a show, because I'm telling you, it's the best.
Yeah.
The best feeling in the world. And I'm envious of him, because I wish I had that swing. I wish I had that ball speed. I wish I could do all the things that kid does. He's great. I think he's going to be fantastic.
I want to see him get his first win. What about you, Bob?
Boy, I'll tell you.
Yes.
I think he's going to do it, and I'm envious of him, too. I'm envious of the color of his hair. I'm envious of his 21 years, and it reminds me of when I was 21 and the first time in Las Vegas. They didn't even have the strip.
They didn't even
hadn't been built yet.
Well, guys, tomorrow we'll be back with our show. It will be the World Championship. It'll be our first look at the World Championships. We'll have 16 games under our belt when we come on tomorrow evening, and then we'll have one last show the day after when we crown the top four for that telecast. Is it 4 or is it 5 for the World Championship? Do we know?
I've been asked that twice, and I couldn't tell you.
I think it is 5 actually for the World Championship. Now that I think about it,
I thought it was. and I just don't remember.
You can find the answer at PBA.com. It's a very
That's a good
resourceful website, and if you've been missing any of the action, you want to make sure that you're subscribed to the online bowling channel Extra Frame. You definitely don't want to miss out on that.
Ooh.
Because for just $7.99, you can be part of Extra Frame, and I've been a long-time subscriber, and it's cool to be out here watching it in person. But I'll tell you what, that Extra Frame, it really keeps you up to speed on what's going on. They had a great group in the booth
Yes, they did.
every night.
All night.
Tonight was a good one, all-star lineup. And not quite as good as our lineup here, though, with all these Eagles sitting here in the middle, all those pins knocked down, the USBC Open Championships.
He's bowled more years than I am old,
Yeah.
and I'm a senior.
And you know,
What do I say?
we also need to remind all the Storm Nation out there that if you want to be able to stay up to speed and up to par with what's happening with Storm, you need to like us on Facebook. You need to follow us on Twitter. You need to also follow our Instagram account, which is Storm Products. I've been sending a lot of cool videos out of guys bowling throughout the day. And then also, make sure you check out our YouTube channel and watch the archive of this. And, check out our great website, stormbowling.com, also rotogrip.com and Master as well. So a lot of good stuff happening from Storm, a lot more live broadcasts and things coming up here in the future. And you guys have any closing remarks here tonight? We'll start with you, Bob.
Well, I'd like to compliment you, Mike, especially, and your number one man there, Louie Wemett. I think you're doing a wonderful job. Bowling has needed this for a long, long time, and it's nice to see that it's finally happened, and I look for the future to be as bright as the past has been.
Thank you, Bobby. I
Yeah,
appreciate that,
thank
buddy.
you for having
That
me
means a lot
also.
to Louie and I.
Nice being on there with my old buddy.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Mike, I just can't tell you how wonderful a job you guys do. Louie, I mean, you're crazy. I love the outtake stuff. I mean, I wish there was outtakes on this. I mean, we could have some really good shows, but you guys do a great job. Little back here in the corner of the locker room, I think it's great. I mean, I would love to show the locker room when all the bowlers are coming in.
Yeah, well, we were told we can't do that, so
come on.
we know about that one. Yeah,
Oh,
we
that's
can't
true,
do that.
because what goes on in the locker room stays in the locker
That's
room.
right, that's right. We got our own little space
But
here.
I love the setup, the whole group. This is perfect. I wish we had this back in the 80s when I was good.
Okay, well, that's going to do it for tonight's show. I appreciate you guys being a part of it tonight. And to everybody out there in Storm Nation, join us again tomorrow night. We'll be here live from the World Series of Bowling. Tomorrow night it will be the World Championships. And make sure if you get a chance to go out and buy a new bowling ball, consider Storm products. And the new Rain On and the new Bite are incredible pieces, just came out. And look forward to all the new pieces that will be coming out as well. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow here from Las Vegas.
Good job,